This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good day, welcome to your news at noon on Kaieteur Radio for Tuesday, May 10th, 2022. I'm Kevin Smith. Making top story today, primary stakeholders remain in the dark on Wales gas project. CGX upbeat about oil potential in quarantine block as Kawa 1 well unlocks light crude. Credit union defends no confidence motion against Trevor Benn. Embattled chairman refuses to step down. Guyana signs air services agreement with Saudi Arabia. Woman dies in early morning accident at Mahaika. Government invites bids for construction of Quarantine River Bridge. And Statistics Bureau to conduct pilot census from May 15th. Stay tuned to stay informed.
Need an easy Mother's Day gift that mom will love? Gift her the all-new
Nothing in life is free, but the MyDigiCell app is. You don't need to be on a data plan to use the app. You can conveniently chat with Ruby or an agent for help. Check your account balance. Activate a Prime bundle or gift it to a friend. Send credit. Check the Georgetown and Burpees Bridge schedules. Activate a roaming plan. Play Shake to Win for cool prizes. So don't worry about a data plan, buddy. Download the MyDigiCell app from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store today. Digicel. Better together.
The Guyana Elections Commission is currently conducting a registration exercise that will end on May 29, 2022. You can apply for registration if you will be 14 years and older by October 31, 2022 and have never been registered. Apply for change or correction to your registration information such as names, date of birth and occupation. Apply for a transfer if you have changed your address since you were registered. Apply for a replacement ID card if your ID card was lost, stolen, damaged, or destroyed. You must bring along original documents to support your application. Don't delay. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area today. For more information, visit www.gcom.org.gy. Follow us on Facebook at Guyana Elections Commission or contact us on 225-02779 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy.
And now for the news in detail. ExxonMobil is pressing ahead with its planned stakeholder consultations in the various administrative regions that are likely to be impacted by the Wales gas-to-energy project on the west bank of Demerara. But in doing so, the oil company has no plan to meet directly with the residents of Crane and the canal polders, those who are likely to be most affected. In its environmental impact statement, Exxon's consultant, the Environmental Resources Management, noted that robust public consultations were done for the developer to not only gather information to inform the study, but also to understand stakeholder concerns. However, the document states that engagements were held with the government and agencies related to the offshore activities, while surveys of businesses and households within and around the direct area of influence were conducted. One farmer and attorney, Elizabeth Hughes, had written to ExxonMobil Guyana President Alistair Routledge, as well as the head of the Environmental Protection Agency, Kemraj Parsaram, on May 5th, where she requested that the consultations on the project be conducted after the 60-day public review period to afford stakeholders quiet time to understand the voluminous impact assessment, with just about 5,906 combined pages of technical information. On Sunday, Exxon made it clear that it will be proceeding with its consultations as planned. In other news, Canadian exploration partners CGX Energy Inc. and Frontera Energy Corporation were pleased to disclose on Monday that light oil is not only confined in the ExxonMobil-led Stabroek block. According to the integrated results they received and examined for the Kaieteur exploration well, light oil and gas condensate have been successfully unlocked in the quarantine block. Moves will be made later this year to see if a second well can find this resource in commercial quantities. Gabriel Dialba, chairman of Frontiera's board of directors and co-chairman of CGX's board of directors, said the Kaieteur discovery adds to the growing success story unfolding offshore Guyana, while adding that the integrated Kaieteur well results further support the partners' belief in the potentially transformational opportunity that they have in the most exciting basins in the world. And moving on, Chairman of the Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Trevor Ben is refusing to step down from the post following the passage of a no-confidence motion less than a week ago. Ben has described his illegal removal as a coup d'etat. But in defending its move to remove Ben, the credit union's management committee argued that a number of actions by Ben led to the ultimate decision to remove him. It was revealed that Ben was not only responsible for the transformation and ideas that have caused significant improvements to occur at the organization, and that despite signing a confidentiality agreement as a committee member, Ben had gone public, including on Facebook, to divulge sensitive information about the financial institution. According to the committee, Ben had wanted to merge his position as chairman with the post of chief executive officer of the credit union, a move they claimed would have given him significant powers. And now let's tell you, on Monday, May 9th, Guyana signed an air services agreement with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to promote and facilitate the expansion of international air services opportunities between the two countries. According to a government release, the agreement was signed in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia by His Excellency Saleh bin Nasser Al Jasser, Minister of Transport and Logistics Services, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Honorable Bishop Juan Edgel, Minister of Public Works. The agreement addressed matters pertaining to grant of rights, designation and revocation, user charges, recognition of certificates and licenses, tariffs, commercial opportunities, fair competition, environmental protection, among others. And now let's tell you, the family and friends of 44-year-old Shazi Hussein are now left in a state of despair after she lost her life in a car crash in the wee hours on Monday. According to police, Hussein of Greenfield, East Coast Demerara, met her demise along the Handenveld Public Road, Mahaika, sometime around midnight. Investigators revealed that Hussein was in a motor car driven by her 22-year-old son, Saif Arjun, when the accident occurred. The motor car, according to police, was heading east along the northern side of the road, allegedly at a fast rate, when the driver lost control of the vehicle and collided with a utility pole on the northern side of the road. As a result of the collision, the car ended up crashing into a nearby culvert. Police investigations are said to be ongoing. And moving on, following the recent contract signing for the feasibility study and design of the Quarantine River Bridge, the government, through the Ministry of Public Works, has now issued an invitation for expression of interest for contractors interested in constructing the bridge. According to an advertisement, the Quarantine River Bridge, which is a project being embarked on by the governments of both Guyana and Suriname, will be constructed using the Design, Build, Finance, Operate and Maintain model. It will be done in a public-private partnership arrangement. The bridge, which will span the Quarantine River from South Drain in Suriname to Mollison Creek in Guyana, is slated to have a lifespan of 100 years. In the invitation, the ministry stated that the responses for expressions of interest for pre-qualification should contain adequate information to be used by both governments to determine the sufficient detail to guide the final form of the contract. You're listening to Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and of course 99.5 FM. This is your news at noon. We will resume after the break.
This is GHK Lal inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues. Immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
Welcome back. Let us continue with the news. Preparations are in full swing for the rolling out of Guyana's 2022 population and housing census, with a pilot census to be executed from May 15th to 21st in regions 1, 2, 4, 6, 9, and 10, targeting approximately 730 households. This is being done in an effort to ensure the efficient execution of the upcoming national exercise by the Bureau of Statistics. The Bureau made the disclosure in a release in which it revealed that its staff is undergoing 1 week of intensive training to conduct the pilot census, during which they will be interviewing the household members. This pilot exercise allows the Bureau to ensure that the methods utilized during the upcoming census are as effective as possible. Personnel will be equipped with the requisite means of identification, and all of the information provided to them will be treated with the strictest of confidence. These persons have taken a confidentiality oath in order for this to be binding. In other news, as an investigation continues into the stabbing to death of Alston Sion on Sunday, we have learned that he was only trying to make peace between two men. Sion was stabbed to death close to 2 hours at the corner of 3rd Avenue and in Bartica, Region 7, in the vicinity of Futu's Bar. Kellon Creighton, a minor, is the man accused of killing him. He has since been taken into police custody. Based on information received, Sion was hanging out with a friend, and they were reportedly drinking a few beers with a group of women. It is alleged that the suspect had attacked the friend and threatened to kill him, but Sion had intervened. As a result, the suspect reportedly turned his attention to Sion and allegedly pulled out a knife from his waist and stabbed him to the chest. In other news, the woman who was involved in the accident with an Albion businessman and biker enthusiast on the Nig Public Road last Friday was granted bail in the sum of $520,000 on Monday. This occurred as the victim was laid to rest. 25-year-old Kamwati Karpen, called Pamela, a vendor of Williamsburg squatting area, Berbice, appeared at the Albion Magistrates Court before Magistrate Rabindranath Singh to answer to 2 charges. Karpen was charged with a DUI and causing death by dangerous driving. She pleaded not guilty to the DUI and was granted bail in the sum of $20,000. In relation to the causing death charge, she was not required to plead to the indictable charge and was granted bail in the sum of $500,000. And to wrap things up, a total of 50 GDF ranks are currently participating in the U.S.-sponsored multi-nation training exercise, Exercise Trade Winds 2022, which will span the period May 7 to 21st in Belize and Mexico. According to a release from the GDF, 37 of its members, who departed Guyana recently, have joined 13 of their colleagues to participate in the exercise. The Trade Winds exercise was initiated in 1984 and is known to be an annual training event that is sponsored by the United States Southern Command. It is mainly focused on Caribbean nations and aims to efficiently prepare the military in Caribbean nations to take part in land operations and maritime security threats such as robbery, drug trafficking, and terrorism. The previous Trade Winds exercise in 2021 was hosted in Guyana and saw 70 nations participating, including Guyana and the US. Next year, according to the GDF, the exercise will be held again in Guyana. And to wrap things up today, let's turn the page to the page 7 of today's Kaieteur News. Choose your struggles wisely. In this life, we often get to choose the struggles that we think are worthy of our time. In choosing, though, others are given a clear picture of who an individual really is. Among us, there are many who are clearly self-centered, and those who are selfless are rarities. Sadly, some people may not be aware that selfishness often leads to a life of endless bitterness. On the other hand, being selfless unlocks a world of endless benefits that a sea of people may never realize. But since we at Kaieteur Radio and Kaieteur News are selfless, today we share this crucial information to all and sundry in hopes of saving them the inevitable downfall which stems from selfishness. And that brings us to the end of today's News at Noon. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's Newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar